Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alex here. In today's video we're actually doing a collaboration with Kyle. Kyle is an cabin crew for Emirates airline, and yeah, I just thought that this is gonna be something interesting, something special. You guys asked for some interviews, so yeah, let's see what's up. Kyle, welcome to my channel, and please introduce yourself. Just a few words.
Hey, hey Alex. Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Kyle. I'm from South Africa. I've worked for Emirates Airlines based in Dubai. I've been in Emirates now 14 and a half years. So far, so good, still loving it. And been making some YouTube videos probably for the last, I'd say 4 years or so. Enjoying that, being able to put my content out there for you guys. Yeah. And now finally get to meet Alex. I've heard so much about him, watched so much about him as well. So
That's
it's good to finally be doing this, man. Thanks for that. Thanks for having
no,
me.
that's no problem. It's actually funny because we have quite similar content. Like we do roster videos and so on and so forth on our YouTube channels. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite nice. But 14 years, Kyle. I didn't know you're in Emirates for that long. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
So yeah. I pretty much joined straight out of university. I was 21. I celebrated my 22nd birthday in training college when I joined Emirates. And yeah, I mean, clearly, if I've been here so long, obviously I'm still enjoying it. So yeah. How long have you actually been in Etihad, Alex? I actually don't even know.
I've been in Etihad for 5.5 years now, and I
Okay.
received a notice. I'm just about to promote to business class recently, but I don't have the training. Yeah,
Congratulations.
I don't have the training yet.
Congratulations.
So when I see the training in my roster, then I'll know for sure. Okay, I'm gonna promote. So
Then you're
it's
gonna
gonna be
believe
cool.
it, huh? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting you say 5.5 years. Is that the average time it takes, or how does promotions work in the Etihad? How long, can you share anything about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so before I joined, it was very fast. I know people that actually promoted after 6 months of economy. So
Wow.
after probation, as soon as they finished 6 months, they were in business class. Why? Because at the time the company, Etihad needed a lot of business class crew and cabin seniors and cabin managers. Like there was a lot of promotion because the airline was in a rapid expansion, and yeah, I believe this is the reason. So everything went very quick. But
Yeah.
obviously after that things calmed down. So after I came, things settled. We had the destinations established, everything was established. So then it takes a while, and then we all know COVID came and stuff like this. So now it's just taking a longer time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think if things get back normal, the normal time would be, I don't know, 3-4 years.
Yeah. I hear you because obviously it's just about demand, what they need and in which specific positions. Personally, for me, I was very lucky when I joined. So I joined Emirates in 2007, and
Oh,
when
that's
I
crazy.
joined, I spent 1 year and 3 months in economy, and I was upgraded to business class. And at that time, I remember you only needed to be in business class for 4 months before you could get upgraded to first class. But I had spent 3 months in business class. I wasn't eligible, and then recession hit 2008,
Oh
and
no.
I ended up I ended up spending 3 more years in business class until I finally got to first class. So it's just about circumstances, about times now. Obviously, with Corona, things have stopped because typically it's the same here with us in Emirates. A grade two or an economy crew would usually, now that they're doing promotions in business for business class right now, it's about 5 or 6 years as well for grade two. So it just shows you the difference: 1 year and 3 months compared to 6 years now for some of the guys. So I really,
Exactly.
really do feel for everybody, for you guys as well, because you've got to really put in your time until you can actually get that promotion. It's quite a tough one. It's a little bit demoralizing, I can assume, a little bit. I mean, considering I'm right now a cabin supervisor,
Yeah, yeah.
and I've been a cabin supervisor for 8 years.
Wow,
So
that's amazing.
so yeah, and unfortunately, just before Corona, I had my promotion for purser, but it hit, and yeah, I was unfortunately that had to get taken away. And now they've just opened up again. Emirates have just opened up again for purser, so I've applied. So we're just waiting and wait and see what happens there. But man, just circumstances, I guess, huh?
Man, I wish you good luck for that. So,
Thank
just
you.
explain me a little bit. So, in Emirates, you have economy class, business class, first class, and then you upgrade to, you said cabin supervisor, which is economy
Yes.
class in charge of economy class, right?
Yeah. So yeah. So you have you start off as a economy, then to business, then to
Yeah.
first, then you have a cabin supervisor. But the cabin supervisor, typically you have two on a flight. One will be in charge of the economy cabin, and one will be in charge of the business class cabin. And then you
Right.
have the person who will be in charge of the first class cabin and the overall, obviously,
And
workings of the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah,
it's yeah, it's similar. In Etihad, we have economy, business class, first class. First class, we don't have a lot of them, to be honest. You know, Emirates, obviously, they have more because of the 380 nowadays. We don't fly the 380. But after first class, we have cabin senior. That's the designation. That's in charge of economy. And then we have the cabin manager, which is in charge of the whole aircraft. So we
Okay.
used to have before the, I don't know if you remember this. We used to have before the in-flight chef for first class, and
Yes,
then
yes,
the
yes, yes.
FMB for business class. Yeah, so
Super valid. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
those are cabin positions that we don't have anymore in Etihad. And now is basically we just have the normal cabin crew and then the cabin senior and then the cabin manager. So
Oh, okay, right, 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 right. Which so do you have a senior that will be in charge of business class, or how would that, who would be in charge of business class? You wouldn't have
um,
a senior?
no, it's gonna be the cabin manager. So
Well, the cabin manager will be also be in charge of business class.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And aircrafts, now you talked about the 380. So in Emirates, we basically only have the Boeings and the Airbuses. The Boeings would be the 777-200 and the 300, and the Airbus would be the 380. But for you guys, how many aircrafts do you have across the fleet?
So right now, the main fleet, like the aircraft that we have the most, is the 787-9 mostly. We also have some Dash 10s. We still have some 777s, but I believe that they actually want to kind of replace the 777 with the A350, which will come very soon.
Yeah.
Um, so that's pretty excited. Sorry, that's pretty exciting because it's a new aircraft, and we all eager to see it, to fly on it. It's quite futuristic as well, and you know, we've seen the pictures. I've seen the galley. The galleys are amazing and stuff. So it's it's a nice workspace, I guess. We also have the 320 family. We still have the 320 family. Why I say still? Because we might actually give them away soon, but it's just rumors. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll become a double aisle wide body aircraft
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Emirates, basically, like without having the narrow body aircraft. For those of you guys that are not aviation geeks, let's say narrow body aircraft, the small aircrafts, right, that you have on other small airlines as well, and the wide bodies are the double aisled aircraft that big carriers have. Like both Emirates and Etihad, we have in Etihad we have the 787 and the 777, and then in Emirates you have the 380, the flagship, and then the 777 as well, right?
yes, exactly, exactly. Do you have any preferences on which aircraft you like working on, and which
Uh,
aircraft you like which aircraft you like flying on?
to be honest, so it's very funny because I got a training for the Airbus A380 back before COVID, just when COVID hit, actually, in March, in 2020 March. I got my training for trade and I flown one Supi flight. So I had one flight in the 380 and that's it.
Yeah,
Everything was
that's it.
grounded after. Yeah, because you remember
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
then
yeah,
COVID hit and then everything was down, right? So, and after that, they didn't bring the 380s back yet. but maybe they will because of demand. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe we'll
And
get
as
lucky.
a passenger, which ones do you like? Do you prefer being on? Any specifics?
Sorry, as a passenger, well,
Yeah.
I never traveled on the 380 as a passenger yet,
Okay.
Even with Emirates.
Right.
So, um, yeah, I would say just 7-8.
7-8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember the first time I had traveled as a passenger on the 380, and I had never flown as a crew on the 380 yet as well, because I was only trained to
Oh,
be
really?
on the
Oh,
Boeing.
okay.
Yeah. And I remember I was going from Dubai to Johannesburg. I was going home on vacation, and I got into the aircraft and I was like, whoa, wow, everything looks so big and so
Yeah, yeah.
new. And it was a different feeling. And they say that, and it's true, because I've been on it, it's a lot quieter as well. The cabin is a lot quieter, so it's a
It
bit more
is.
peaceful. It just feels bigger. It is bigger. It looks bigger. It's newer. It's a lot better. It's a nicer, more comfortable flight. But I mean, I think because when I joined Emirates, I was always on the Boeing predominantly. So I still prefer my 777-300. I still like that aircraft. Working on that aircraft, there's just not that many people, so you feel like you're still in more of in control of what's actually going on. Because when there's too many people, too many customers on board, and there's so many crew, and you just really sometimes you don't even know who's who. The funniest thing would
It's
be
true.
on the 380 is because we have two levels on the 380. So you'll have the economy class on the bottom, and then on top is business class and first class. And you would get into briefing in Dubai, and then you do the briefing, you meet everybody, and then you go on the flights. And for example, if that day I was working in the economy cabin, I'd do the flight, land into the destination, and be in the hotel, like signing in to get into the room. And I'll turn around and I'll look at people and I'll be like, I've never seen her before. Where's she working? Or who's that? There's so
Exactly, man.
many people, so many
Exactly. Yeah.
crew. So
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
can't even keep up. You're like, where are they from? And this is now, I'm saying, even before Corona, when we still didn't even have to wear masks, I was
Hmm.
just like, I've seen this person. Where have you been hiding? It was quite funny actually. Yeah.
It's true. On the 380, you guys have a lot of crew. That's definitely true. So many times you don't really know who is that person. Maybe you didn't see this crew
Yeah,
on
yeah,
board
yeah.
before, and we kind of have this sometimes. I mean, let's say on full packed 777 as well, you can have upwards of 12 crew sometimes. So also there's some people you don't really see because you might be in the front and some other crew are in the back, so you don't really
Yeah.
meet, you don't really connect. But that makes me think
Mhm.
actually of the briefing time. So even nowadays, probably it's the same in your case as well. You go for the briefing, and sometimes, you know, I mean, we are a smaller airline than Emirates, right? Etihad is smaller than Emirates. So sometimes I get people, hey, Alex, how are you? You know, I'm looking at those people and say, hi, I'm good. How about you? Like, I'm thinking in my head, who is this person? Where have I met her or him? I have no idea. So it's just funny that we don't really recognize each other, but we know each other sometimes from somewhere.
Somehow we do know each other. Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you something. I had a layover with a girl once. We were in a group. We took pictures. We have each other's WhatsApp. I didn't recognize her in the briefing like sometime afterwards. I just because you see so many faces, so many people all the time. You know, you
Yeah.
change crew so many times. But listen, Kyle, we had pictures together. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
it's ridiculous.
And I
And I
can
was
relate.
thinking,
I can relate. Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
there's a problem with me. Like, is there a problem with me? But actually, it's just part of the life here because you know you see so many people and it's really hard to get to know each other like everybody and
I think, the funny thing is that's actually, taking into consideration the pros and cons of this job, that is a pro and a con because, um, for example, if you're working in office and you had somebody that you're working with that you didn't really enjoy working with them, so you'd have to actually see them every single day. But if you if you working for an airline, for us as cabin crew, you would fly with somebody, and if, for example, you don't like them, you would probably never see them again. Or if you did like them, then there is a chance of still bumping into them. So it is a pro and a con of with having such a big airline or having so many people working for the airline, and the lifestyle that we do have. It's just in and out all the time, I guess, huh?
Yeah, exactly. No, and I think that's why sometimes people have a hard time getting good friends by their side and stuff like this. Like, because
Definitely.
you're flying all the time, and it's really easy to connect and hard to connect at the same time on a
Fine.
personal level, right? Probably you relate as well
Of
to
course.
this.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Talking about friends, how is it? Obviously, you're based in Abu Dhabi, and
yeah.
myself in Dubai. But how is it in Abu Dhabi, living in Abu Dhabi? Change from home to here or to Abu Dhabi. How have you managed? How do you feel?
Uh, so I come from a colder country, right? I come from Romania, let's say, and I remember the first time I reached Abu Dhabi and the airport doors they opened. It was in May. That was the joining
Summer.
date that I had, and already May is quite hot in UAE. We all
Yeah.
know this. So I didn't know what how the weather here was like. I never experienced it before. So the doors of the airport open and I went outside and I was like, whew, so this is it.
Mm,
Wow, it's just a wave of heat hitting
yeah.
you. So I found that very interesting at the time. Um, but yeah, I don't know. How do I find it overall? Just I like it, to be honest. It's Abu Dhabi is
Yeah.
more chilled, is more peaceful, more not so crazy than Dubai, I think.
Right. Yeah.
In Dubai, there's a lot more people, a lot more tourists, and
Mm.
this obviously is also pro and con, right? There's so many things to
Yeah.
do on a
Exactly.
daily basis. There's this option, like there's so many options, but that can be sometimes overwhelming, I guess, right? I don't know. You tell
Yes,
me.
yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's you almost get caught up sometimes thinking that because there's so many things to offer here, to you here in Dubai, you you feel obligated that you have to keep up with the Joneses. You have to be doing certain things because this is your lifestyle now. And it's interesting. As like you, I joined in July in Emirates, and now just imagine coming from South Africa. That's our winter. So I was all bundled up on the airplane, came into Dubai, and the doors opened, and I was like, "What?" I mean, you hear that it's hot, but you don't actually realize until you get here. And it's interesting you say Abu Dhabi is a little bit more quieter because I've been to Abu Dhabi a few times. Because what we usually do is when we have a few days off or um, vacation that weren't allowed to actually travel because of Corona, for example, we've come to Abu Dhabi, and my wife on numerous occasions has said that she actually prefers Abu Dhabi to Dubai just because it isn't as glitz and glam as Dubai is, because you can still get everything you want in Abu Dhabi that you would get in Dubai, but it's just a bit more calmer. She's really, really in love with Abu Dhabi. She's always said to me, you know what, I think I'd prefer being in Abu Dhabi than Dubai. For me, I've gotten so used to being in Dubai and what it has to offer, and so I think obviously I still prefer being in Dubai. But I understand, you can get everything you want in Abu Dhabi, just a bit more chilled out, and yeah, that's nice actually.
Yeah, that's true. To be honest, I'm not a super outgoing person. Like, some people they like to drink in parties every weekend and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like more like an old man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just more uh, grounded, let's say. But like my first 2 years were in the company were definitely more crazier on off days. Talking about off days here. But you know what's interesting anyway? The thing with it, the thing with those two cities is that they're very close together. So every time as well, I got some offs. I'm going to Dubai. Like right now, I have to go to Dubai in a few days to pick up my passport because I had to renew my passport, and the embassy of Romania, since COVID, is just in Dubai, so I have to go to Dubai for that. But anyway, it's easy to go to Dubai and back from me, from a
Mm.
resident from Abu Dhabi. It's 100 kilometers, right? Back and forth. That's it.
Yes, yeah,
That's it. So it's
exactly.
basically, I would consider it as one area, this whole thing. Hey, you want to go to Yas Mall in Abu Dhabi at 10 minutes away, or you want to go to Dubai at 60 minutes away. Like, it's not that much of a deal. Some
Yeah,
people actually, they live, let's say, in Abu Dhabi and they work in Dubai, and that happens, and it's a commute. It's a dedication to commute every day. But some people, they
mhm.
do commute, or they live in Al Gadir or somewhere, right? Which is closer. So then the
Yeah,
cities are closer by themselves. But yeah, in
yeah.
my days off, even before COVID, more so before COVID, I was going to Dubai quite often.
Mm.
So you can have both worlds basically.
You touched on you what you do on your days off, but sorry, just give me a second.
No worries.
Okay, fine. You touched on what you do on your days off, but now personal life. So how does your personal life work? Because I know I get a lot of questions about from people on comments in my YouTube, from people asking whether you could be married, uh, being in Emirates. Personally, just to share with your followers, your subscribers, I am married. I've been married now for 5 years. My wife used to be crew with Emirates.
Amazing.
Um, yeah, but and it's not an issue. You can get married or you can join the company being married. It's not a big deal. When you join Emirates, they provide accommodation for you, and you have the option, once you get married, you have the option of moving out and renting a place by yourself. So you can have a normal life here. A lot of crew. My best friend has kids, so it's perfectly okay. Now, is it the same for you guys in Abu Dhabi for Etihad, or how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely the same. If you find your special one, you decide to
Uh-huh.
get married, you can get married, and basically you can move out of the cabin crew provided accommodation, and then you'll have
Right.
the allowance. You will have an allowance for you
Yes.
to rent some place outside at your
Mhm.
choosing. So it's actually one of the advantages. If you want to live outside, if you get married, you can live outside. So that's pretty cool. So you probably live outside of company accommodation, right, Kyle? Or
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so
Ever since I've been married,
yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Um,
yeah.
from my side, to be honest, I don't know. Like, some people, they really enjoy their married life within the cabin crew community. Some, they do say, "Oh yeah, it's difficult. It's not easy to flying all the time and stuff." I don't know. How do you feel
Mhm.
about that? About the jet lags, the coming home at different hours
That,
and everything.
that's a very good question, actually. So, my wife used to be crew with us, and she unfortunately lost her job 2 years ago now
Sorry
when
to hear that.
Corona hit. Yeah. So I actually enjoyed the fact that both of us were flying, because she would go on to her destination and have fun in her destination or whichever layover it was, and I would do the same on mine. Or sometimes we had the option of swapping and being on the same flight, going to Paris together, going to Rome together. It's fantastic. Um, our rosters did clash at times where when I was getting into Dubai, she was flying out, which made it a bit tough. But realistically speaking, it didn't happen that often. We still managed to see each other quite a bit, and it's actually put um, it's made an impact on our relationship, because now I actually do enjoy my alone time, because I've gone through with her having so much of alone time, because there's a few times where she wasn't here. So when I get to a level like I am right now in Birmingham and I'm by myself, I'm actually okay. It's not a big deal. I recently posted a video in December. My on Christmas Day, I was in London. I landed into London,
Hmm.
and my mom called me up and she says, "Hey, Merry Christmas. What are you doing?" I was like, no, no, actually, I'm here in London right now. And then she said to me, are you going out? I said, no, mom, Christmas Day, all the public transport is closed and we're staying far out. So I'm not really interested in going out. It's fine. So she says, but Kyle, it's Christmas Day. What do you mean you're not going out? You're staying in the room by yourself. And I was like, yeah, but it's okay though. Like, I'm fine. I'm so used to it. It's not a big deal. And a few days later for New Year's Eve, we were doing a flight from Madrid back to Dubai. So I landed after midnight and again, by yourself. My wife was working on New Year's Day and it's just, you just get so used to it. It's not a big deal. I believe I am a family person and I do enjoy spending time with my family, but this job teaches you to be by yourself and independence, and you just kind of get used to it. I think it would be different, or what I'd be saying to you would be different if I had kids.
Yeah.
And I think that seeing them grow or not being able to see them grow day by day because you're on a flight might be different. But considering I still don't have kids, we don't have a family just as yet. I'm actually fine with how things are going right now. Yeah, it's not too bad actually.
All right. Thanks a lot for the clarification. But I mean, personal question. I don't know if I should ask this or not. Do you want to have kids in the near future or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
we do actually do want to have kids in the future. Obviously, we were thinking about it quite hard just before Corona had hit, and then circumstances. And now she's back in Dubai and she's working again ever since she's lost her job. So yeah, that is a plan for the future or the near future, I hope. Yeah, I think the second I saw my niece, my brother lives in Bahrain. So I get to see him quite often. And the second my niece was born, because she was the first child in the family, the first grandchild, the second I saw her, I fell in love with her and I thought to myself, I want that too. I need that. So I definitely think that it's going to be coming soon, hopefully. Yeah,
That's
we'll
amazing.
see. Yeah.
As they say here in the UAE, inshallah. I mean,
Inshallah, yeah.
that's
Exactly.
it. Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's goals in life. I would like to have a kid sometime as well. Um, I hope a good wife as well. Or yeah. So I don't know. I had a few relationships here, but to be honest, not that serious so far.
Hmm.
I had
Hmm.
I would say I had two serious relationships
Okay.
within Etihad, and it was good, but just some things are not on the same level, and we didn't go for the long run. And you guys, you have
Sure.
gone for the long run, and that's really
Yeah.
admirable to say.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think it's really nice when you find your let's say
Yeah.
life partner, the one, so on and
Yeah.
so forth.
But I think you're doing pretty well actually, because sometimes I read your comment section and all the comments, and I'm like, oh wow, lots of oh, he looks so cute, oh, he looks so handsome, oh, this or that. I
Yeah,
see a lot of them for
man.
me.
No, it's a bit of craziness, yeah, in on social media, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they say, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but the fisherman doesn't also want any fish, right? So yeah, yeah. But yeah, at least, yeah, yeah. No,
So
definitely
let
is.
me ask you, talking about social media, what made you decide to get into YouTube or vlogging about your layovers?
So I was thinking of this since quite a long time. I remember first time when I came to Abu Dhabi, actually Facebook had a new feature called live video. It was just when
Right.
I came to Abu Dhabi, so I remember I made a few live videos on my personal Facebook and everybody was ecstatic. And then I
Yeah.
was thinking to do something more. And I had a few ideas about, hey, I should tell the world, hey, this is Abu Dhabi. Let me tell you how is Abu Dhabi. And I remember I'd made some video like three things I like about Abu Dhabi or something like that,
Mhm,
and that
mhm.
that had a lot of viewers just like all of a sudden. So, but I haven't been really consistent with YouTube as much as I would like to be. And probably you
Okay.
you know what I mean, because it's hard to be consistent, especially when you're flying, you're traveling, you're jet lagged, you're tired
Yeah.
sometimes, you don't feel like doing your YouTube videos, or you want to go out, you want to socialize with somebody, and you have other responsibilities.
Yeah.
But still trying to keep it up, still trying to be consistent. I
Right,
guess
right, right. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
very it's very important. So basically why? Because I wanted to share the story. I wanted to share what my thoughts and what I thought and what I liked, about the place. So this is how it started,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And uh, so what is more important to you when you're doing your YouTube videos? Is it about your job or is it about your traveling? Is it about a combination of both? What do you enjoy showing the people?
It used to be more layovers, especially when I
Yeah.
first started posting 2017, 18, let's say. I was doing some layover videos, like Casey Neistat style vlogs, you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah.
But then, I just started talking about subjects in front of the camera more. So I think that's what I'm doing now more and more, especially the traveling being a bit restricted in so many countries. And,
Right. Yeah.
you cannot do this, you cannot do that. We all know the situation with the pandemic. So now it's a bit hard
Mm.
to just go out and travel. And, also you have to wear a mask everywhere. Like it's just a bit weird. I prefer just
Yeah.
chilling sometimes and just
Yeah.
speaking to the camera. It's
Yeah, I get
about.
that. I get it. It's interesting you say that because for me, I love showing everybody what I'm doing on my destinations. But for
Mhm.
the last 2 years, where you can't leave your room for quite a few of these places, it's just come down to now me showing you what I'm eating.
Yeah.
That's all I
and
have.
that's
That's
and
all I
that's pretty
have.
cool as well. I mean, really, it's, yeah.
Because I can't go out of my room, and you try to make these videos interesting, but there's only so much I can do. So what I've actually decided to do was, for me personally, was because my job is being a cabin crew for Emirates, and that's what how my YouTube channel started. Also, my inspiration was Casey Neistat. Actually, funnily enough, that was what made me start blogging.
Hmm.
But I realized that my occupation is a cabin crew, but actually my passion is about finance and anything to do with investments and money. So what I started doing was now, because I realized consistency is the key when it comes to YouTube. If you post consistently all the time, that's where you'll have a little bit of success. So what I decided to do was keep my videos every Saturday for my travel. But
Hmm.
on Tuesdays now, I've actually introduced another segment of it talking about finance because that's actually my passion. And that's where I think I would like this channel to go in that direction, more about finance and how, as an individual, for the most part, for most of us, we don't really have that education when we're young. We're not really taught this in school for sure, but by our parents even. So I'm just trying to spread that beginner financial education to everybody because that's actually where I want to go. Um, I would
That's
love to talk
amazing,
about
Kyle.
cabin crew and traveling, but because you're so limited nowadays, it gets very difficult. So that's why I decided to add more to the channel, just so that I can actually, I mean, go a different direction, but also keep people still interested in watching
Guys, for all of you watching, just head over to Kyle's channel.
you.
Put a subscribe there. Watch a couple of videos. He's also very interactive. He talks about many things about rosters. He has quite a lot of room services. Room service, is that a word? Room services, like, Jesus. Anyway, yeah. So investing, this is also one point that we have common ground in. I also
Yeah, I
find
see you
that.
doing a lot of crypto. I've seen you talking about crypto. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of crypto videos. Like, I didn't in probably investing in stocks as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, stocks, yeah,
I
stocks.
haven't done that much. I have an interest though in precious metals and cryptos, so I still
Right,
own
right, right.
own both. And I did trade a little bit. Like, I trade more commodities. I trade a few stocks as well. I can say trading. I don't. I didn't really make much at the time of trading. I did short day trading,
Yes, okay.
and I cannot say I went too far with that. But as far as buying cryptos and holding them, it has been productive. So that's
Okay,
at
so
least.
talking about buying cryptos and holding them, going through what the market is going through right now,
Yeah.
what's your advice out there for everybody else? What should you do right now? Are you going to be
um,
selling or are you going to be holding? What's your
it's
advice?
listen, when it comes to crypto, you just have to do you. It's because if I tell you something, it's really, there's so many opinions of really let's say experts that have a lifetime in finance, and they get it wrong all the time.
Of
So
course, of course.
I can say, hey, hold your crypto, but and then the market goes down
Even more,
90%,
right? Yeah.
and buy more, I guess. It's just you go by feeling, right? And actually, you don't go by feeling. That's the rule. You go by rationality. But you have to feel the market. You have to see how things are going and decide what's the best for you. But one thing is for sure, one thing is important. Just invest something. Just have, just produce something out of your money, and just don't.
Yeah.
Right now, Kyle, probably we're at 6% inflation and higher, right? I don't know if you
Mm.
if you saw the
Yes,
news.
yes,
So
yes.
so basically, what that means, guys, and I think I talked about this on my channel before, you basically lose 6% of your. Let's say you have $10,000 as savings. Well, this year you lost what, $60 out of it.
A 6% would be off how much? 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000. No, sorry, 600. No,
600. Yeah.
yeah, no, $60. $600. So $600 out of 10,000 just in 1 year. It's quite a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So savings is quite detrimental nowadays. If you have a big chunk of money, let's say your life savings or whatever, it's not advisable. You have to put that money somewhere. And I guess that's what the real estate market is going up now. That's why
Yeah.
crypto went so much up, and the DAOs and the you know the stocks, obviously. So I guess you just have to navigate the landscape, but put some money into something, invest it. Don't just keep it and waste it.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's some good advice. A lot of us go on just putting our money into a savings account into the bank, and you don't realize you're actually losing money because of inflation, just because of that. But
Yeah,
and I don't blame people because we just weren't educated about these things when we were younger. So the easiest thing to do to get educated is, I mean, you have to do your own research, but just watch videos on YouTube, just educate yourself, now, and just find something that you can invest in. At the end of the day, crypto, I invest in crypto, but it is very volatile, so you have to be
it
careful
is.
of that. And obviously, Alex and I are not telling you what to do. We're just giving you our opinion and our experience. But if you can just find something to invest in, precious metals, gold, silver now are here is doing pretty well. Or if you can find something in the stock market that you like, just put some money in it and keep it over there, hold it over there. Obviously, circumstances are different for everybody. And going back to my original question about buying or selling or holding, uh, if you're in a position where you need to sell your stocks or your crypto right now because you are in a financial position where you need that money, then of course you have to do it. But if you can hold on to it, and just hold on to it, and just be strong, just fight those emotions, just be strong, and you should be successful. But yeah, anyway, that's enough of finance. We don't want to talk about finance too much of finance, right?
We can touch about this subject on a different occasion. We can do a different video
Of
about
course,
this,
yeah, love
definitely.
to,
About where did we put our money in, and so on and so forth,
yeah,
just
definitely,
based
definitely.
on personal experience. But guys, the thing is, with finances nowadays, there's so much information out there, and yes, you do have to filter it out and see, okay, what's the truth and what's not the truth. But my point is, there's so much information nowadays for free, and you can just take advantage of that. You can take advantage of that and make a better future for yourself,
Yeah,
right?
definitely, definitely. Mm.
One thing is, with UAE and our place, our location basically is sometimes you can be stolen by the mirage, right? I guess you see this with our cabin crew all
Right,
the
yeah.
time. I mean, probably you know what I mean.
Mm.
Basically, everything is shiny, everything is beautiful. There's so many things to buy. There's so many experience to live, right? There's so
Yeah.
many restaurants with
Mm.
nice, I don't know, brunches and whatnot. And yeah, sometimes you can get caught by
Caught
the
up.
mirage, caught
Yeah,
up,
definitely,
and you
definitely.
want to experience everything, and every penny of your salary goes on a monthly
Yeah,
basis, so you really have to be
yeah,
careful of that. I mean, this is for the new joiners, obviously.
yeah. So talking about new joiners, let's just quickly talk about this. Talking about new joiners, people, I'm sure, and I'm quite positive that you have been getting a lot of messages about this, but a lot of people have been saying, when is recruitment being open, or when are they going to start recruitment? What's your opinion? What's your advice to people that are interested in the job? What should they do? Anything that you could share with us?
So, the first thing is watch the forums. There's information about absolutely everything. Type cabin crew forum, how to become cabin crew on Google. You will find so many infos. You will find our YouTube channels as well because we talk about it sometimes. But as I said, there's a lot of information available for free. When I started this, it wasn't. So you can obviously take advantage of this. Nowadays, the companies are recruiting. Why? Because it has been quite an empty period with COVID, and then afterwards it was a boom up, right? That so many destinations open and so on and so forth. At least in Etihad, probably in Emirates as well, right?
Yes, of course, big time.
So now the companies are hiring. We actually, last time I checked, there were 48 different assessments in Etihad, like
Wow.
assessment days. That's a lot. That's 48
Yeah.
different locations that you can apply for. So first step is to apply online, and then
Mhm.
if you get accepted, then you will be invited for one of those assessment days in person. So then you can attend, and if you succeed, then you are welcomed here in Abu Dhabi or Emirates in Dubai, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, a lot of people are always asking me when I assess when will assessments open up, or when will interviews or jobs open up for cabin crew, whether it be Emirates, Etihad, even Qatar, even talking about our neighbors. But the thing is that, I mean, I'm sure Alex will agree with me on this. We don't work for recruitment
Yeah,
or HR. So we
obviously.
don't actually know. We don't have the inside scoop, unfortunately. And the way we know that assessments are open is that we would just see it on the actual website. Hey, Etihad is recruiting or Emirates is recruiting. That's how we find out, or on their Instagram, whatever it is. So what I do urge you guys to do is to go online and keep checking as well, because we also sometimes we are late to this. You know, we don't even know. We find out from other people. So just keep checking the websites. And actually, most of the information about the recruitment process, or should I say, a lot of information about the recruitment process, is on the website already, and you can just read up about that. And then obviously just follow us, guys. If you have any other questions, if you want to know how to become cabin crew like the two of us, then just follow us, watch our videos, subscribe, and we'll
That's the
share.
spirit.
We'll be happy to share all our tips and our experiences and our advice about being a cabin crew. I mean, I know personally for me, like I said right at the beginning of this conversation, I've been here 14 and a half years, and I've loved every minute of it. I have no regrets. And the reason why I've been here for so long is because I actually still do enjoy it, and I still do traveling. There's a lot of benefits being a cabin crew, living in the Middle East. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Um, I couldn't imagine. I know when I did join, I did tell myself that I don't want to be here for too long. I think I'll just probably just do one contract, or I'll just give it 5 years. Look at me now, like, you know, look at me now. I'm still here. I still got a smile on
Wow,
my
that's
face.
amazing. That's
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
amazing. I think you're doing better than me, to be honest. Like, how do you cope with the jet lag and just the tiredness of the job? Hey, did you just get at the point that you just got so used to it that you don't actually find it challenging anymore, like at all? Or how do you cope with the?
It's interesting. You ask. So I was the type of person that would be very. I'd know that I've got a flight at a certain time in a certain day, and I would try to adjust my sleep according to that. And as much as that was successful and it worked for me, I think the older I got, I realized when you're tired, just sleep.
Just sleep, yeah.
Because if you try to plan your sleep out too much, chances are when you're ready to go to sleep, you won't be able to fall off to sleep. So if you feel tired, just try to sleep, just try to manage your rest. And for me, when it comes to, for example, my layovers, I'm here in Birmingham right now. And I know that yesterday when we got in, I did whatever I needed to do. But I told myself the following day, which is today's your day to rest because you're going to work in the evening. Because my priority at the end of the day, as much as I enjoy going out on my layovers, my priority is my job and actually working. So I know that I need to be rested well to work back to Dubai. I've had a good time in Birmingham, which is like any other layover. You have your fun, but then you have to come back and be responsible. I think that's what it is, not just for the job, but also for my body. I don't want to come back to Dubai because, like I said, I'm married. So my wife is in Dubai. I don't want to come back to Dubai feeling lazy and tired and have to sleep when you have your friends or you have your social life and you want to be doing stuff in Dubai. So yeah, my advice would just be, for now at least, when I'm tired, I just sleep. That's how I manage it. I'll be pretty successful that way. Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds amazing. I actually had some trouble sleeping sometimes even before this job. So
Yeah.
now sometimes I still have trouble sleeping, but for the most part I am okay. I try to time it. So on one part, sleep when you're tired, absolutely. And the best sleep I have is after the flights, actually.
Right,
And
right,
like
right.
after the
Yeah,
flight,
yeah,
if I get to the hotel room, yeah, I'll take a nap or I sleep. Like it's easy to sleep after the flights. I guess it's
mhm,
just
mhm,
the aircraft pressure or whatever.
mhm.
So I, you know what I mean. I have a good time sleeping, but sometimes I try to time it. Like I have a night flight. I should sleep later today because I want to wake up later because my flight is in the night and probably I cannot
Yeah.
nap before. So it's just all those things together. Try to
Yeah.
time the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, I would never have thought to myself, but now I mean, I don't know how it is for you, but I think for most of us here, we end up only going to bed on a normal, like a day off. We're only going to bed after midnight, and all of our friends and stuff back home, or even growing up back home, yeah, you'd be in bed by 10 o'clock, but over here you going to bed so late. So trying to plan your sleep according to that. For example, this flight, I had to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's usually only when I'm going to bed. So having to try to sleep before that, sometimes it's impossible. You can't really do that.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, it's basically you still have to sleep manage. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
manage
yeah,
your sleep
yeah.
properly.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
15 years, Kyle, that's absolutely amazing. I'm really happy for you, and you look very
thank
young,
you.
to be honest. If I can tell you that,
Thank
I
you.
what's I don't know if I asked you your age. What is your age?
36, 36, yeah,
36.
36.
Man, you look
Yeah, yeah.
26. Keep it up.
Thank you.
You must be using some nice products or something. Uh,
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, thanks, thanks.
pleasure, pleasure. Yeah, so this is the lifestyle, ladies and gents. Anything that you want to touch up on, Kyle?
No, I think we've covered everything. What I would like to do, obviously, guys, just comment down below if there's anything that you would like Alex and I to talk about or to cover, any specific topics that you'd like to cover, because obviously there's a lot of people out there that are pro Emirates or pro Etihad and only want to work for a certain airline, and I don't blame you. But if there's anything that you ever wanted to know, just ask us, and then I'm sure Alex and I, if this video is successful, we'll be doing this again, and we can cover any other topics. I'd like to actually talk to you again in the future about our rosters. We can talk about our rosters and compare rosters and see what you think about my roster, what I think about your roster, and destinations and things like that. But I think we can almost I mean, we're doing this for YouTube, right? So let's let our audience decide what we should talk about. So you guys just comment down below. But yeah, I think I'm happy with what we've covered. It's been pretty good. Thank you. I appreciate you messaging me and reaching out to me and organizing all of this. It's been really good.
It's a pleasure, Kyle, and thank you for accepting my invitation. And yeah, I hope we will do something more soon. Yeah, absolutely. Rosters. We can definitely do a comparison about our rosters. That might be really interactive for the audience. Guys,
Yeah.
yeah, again, if you have anything to say, please comment down below, obviously. And yeah, let us know what you think about it. Yeah, so me in Abu Dhabi Etihad, Kyle Emirates in Dubai, living the life. Kyle, what I want to say is I wish you a safe trip back to Dubai. You're in
Thank
Birmingham now,
you.
right?
Thank you.
UK.
Birmingham. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, basically that's it for today's video. Uh,
Sweet.
Kyle, good luck and take care.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks, man. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it. See you on the next one, man.
See you, buddy. Cheers.
All right, cheers.